speed at scale with quality services? This is a question that I have heard for years, and especially around the two topics that you see above. We are moving from monolith to microservices, and we're also accelerating our digital transformation and movement to the cloud. So, how is it that you can move with speed at scale and deliver quality services to your customers? Let's have a little bit more of a deeper look into that specific question right now. So, with this moving from monolith to microservices, wanting to get it all, these are the three elements that we're talking about. One, you are moving from monolith to microservices, accelerating digital transformation, and moving to the cloud. There is a lot there. Again, whether you're talking about application or infrastructure architecture, all of that is changing. Security, profiles, and vectors are changing as well. So, a lot to have into consideration for number one in this story. Number two, we need all of your data in one easy to access location, getting all of your legacy APM vendors, so App Dynamics, Dynatrace, New Relic, data into a single location and normalized. So, again, we want all of this data to be recognized as the same and easy to access in one place. Number three, so you can see all results from all of your flows, all of your applications, all of your services from all of your APM data and get to results in one click. So, again, a huge challenge that's being undertaken moving from monolith to microservices, accelerating digital transformation and movement to the cloud, and the need to be able to deliver with speed at scale and quality services to your customer. Well, I am thrilled to announce the Splunk ITSI Content Pack for third-party APM. As you can see in front of you, this is a screenshot of the results that you will get in one of the three glass tables that we ship. This one being an online retail demo. You'll be able to click into each of these and get to much more detailed level results. However, we will look at that shortly. In this content pack, minutes to install and configure, full out of the box solution, and we're really focusing on results delivered to you, our customer, or prospect. We ship with one service analyzer, 12 services, more than 30 KPIs, 14 dashboards, 3 glass tables, and one technology add on for each of the 3 vendors that are these third party APM tools. This has all been designed both for IT operations, executives, business analysts, business leaders, DevOps, DevSecOps professionals, and many, many more personas. Well, with that kind of introduction, let me go ahead and move right into the product itself. What you will see here is the one service analyzer that we're shipping with. As you can see, this is third-party APM. This view is what we call the tile view. This is how some of our customers like to view these results. Again, looking at our top 50 services at the top and our top 50 KPIs at the bottom. We can also move this into a tree view, which makes it real easy for me to be able to show you how we have this organized. On the left-hand side, you can see we have all of our application performance services. There's 6 of them below. And then on the right-hand side are our end user experience services, and there are 3 of them. As we continue along our journey, we'll move into the infrastructure overview. And within this view, we're able to quickly see all of the various entities that we have reporting in. With those, there's a lot more we can do, and I will go ahead and show that to you in a moment. As we move into our glass tables, you can see that we have the 3 glass tables here that we are shipping. And then from a dashboards perspective, you can see that we have a number of dashboards that ship within this product. There's 14 in total, and we will get into that in a little bit more detail. And then from a services perspective, you can see we have 12 services here. What it makes very easy here is if you wanted to disable a service, you can see how quick and easy that is, as well as we leverage the service templates here to be able to normalize the data, as well as with safe searches to make it a much more highly performant system for you, our customer. Some of the things that I did want to showcase is as we look at each of these, we can clearly see this is orange and we have an explanation mark. So if you were to click on that, again, that's one click. We can now see that we've got some response time issues going on. This happens to be reporting in from our vendor from New Relic, but you can see we're just over 1600 milliseconds or 1.6 seconds here. And specifically, the big offender is our checkout service. And this service specifically, you can see the number after it, which is delineating that specific checkout service for us. And we're a little over 16,000 milliseconds, or what translates into 16 seconds. So again, we want to do another quick click. Now we're going to get into even more detail into the results. So if you're counting with me, I think that was our third click. And you can see here we have our checkout service. This matches. This is our event data search. So if you wanted to, you could look into here and see all of the data that you're used to seeing within Splunk. Again, this is bringing everything in for us with all the detail that we are used to. In addition, if you click up here on the right hand corner, what we're going to see now is some entity information come in. This page is building out for us to show that the entity title, again, same one that we've been looking at, it is from APM. We have an application overview as our navigation suggestions. You can see it's passing in this application title for that checkout service, as well as for that one specific vendor. In addition, the 9 services and 18 KPIs that are keeping an eye on this for us. So if you wanted to really quickly click number 4, now we get into even more detail. This showing us an application overview, and you can see everything carried through. So this being pulled in from New Relic. This is the specific checkout service that we've been looking at. Here is the application availability, application error rate, also application performance, end user performance, our application versus end user response time in milliseconds, all in the same table, as well as our AppDex scores for our application performance as well as end user. And down here we can do a search. So for example, if we wanted to find anything that had to do with error, we could go ahead and type that in, and now we're going to get anything with a response, including error. So again, very quick and easy, 4 clicks into this detail. Again, being able to access all of your data in one location very quickly with a few clicks. As we move into some more details on the infrastructure overview, what you will find here, you can come into app title. Again, if we wanted to look at everything for authentication service, now we just filter that down right into authentication service. We can see that this is in fact active right now. And as we click into that, we're going to get, again, even more detail available to us in that same view. We go ahead and click here. Now we're pulling that same information. But what you can see is this is actually a different service. So there's no numbers after here. But we did have that on our other one. So again, another authentication service now that we're looking at. And oh, by the way, this was captured with Dynatrace. We could click here, go right into that same dashboard with this application overview. This automatically comes up as a navigation suggestion for you. Moving into more detail on the 3 glass tables that we ship with, you'll see again the overview, the all-in-one, and the online retail. If we were to take a quick look here at the overview glass table, you see all of this very easy to see, access. You can click through any of these objects here to get more detail, but we have an overall health. We've got our end user experience health on the left, application performance health on the right. As we come down, you can see AppDex scores, request per minute, response time for both of these key services and metrics. And then as we roll down, you'll see on the application performance health side, we've got availability, error rate, and health reporting in. Now I see a blip here that went for the error rate. I'm interested in learning a little bit more about that, and specifically why we're showing 55% error rate. So if I simply click on that, we're now going to see the detail pop up from an error rate perspective. And if I just look through here, where do we have the highest one? So our average across is a little over 4%, but we can see the majority is coming from something being picked up in our Dynatrace legacy APM tool. And specifically, we have a checkout service here that's at 66.04%. And again, if we were to click on that, you can see this takes us into a view that we've already spent a lot of time looking through. But again, another checkout service, and we've got some details, and again, we can pull in some additional information there if we would like. The glass table called all-in-one is specifically that. So we have application performance at the top with our AppDex score, response time, request per minute, availability, error rate, and health. And again, we're bringing that in. In this instance, we do have data coming in for all three of those legacy APM vendors. As you can see here, if a specific service is not available to report in, we've simply made that known here in the glass table, so there'll be no mistakes for you or any of your customers that might be using this capability. At the bottom, our end user experience. Again, you can see these three that we have coming in: AppDeck score, response time, request per minute, for each of those three legacy APM vendors, as well as a total. And again, all very quick, simple, and easy, and available at your fingertips, just like we had seen before. Again, any one of these you want to click on and get right into the additional detail, it is available to you with a single click. And lastly, but certainly not least, is our last glass table that we ship with. This is the online retail demo, which we spoke through. What you will see here in the upper left, this is everything that should be familiar to you. We are pulling those services directly in for the service that we're looking at from a online services perspective. In the upper right corner, you can see a number of critical online service KPIs that we've identified, and we are bringing this in. You're able to see the performance over time of each of them. As an example, this is our online service cloud environments count. So right now we have 2 cloud environments that are up and running and servicing our customers via our online service. As we move down, what we'll see is our workflow. So going from customers browsing to moving things into the cart, and ultimately moving into a purchase scenario in our workflow. And as we can see down here in the bottom right, this is bright red, easy to see there. Checkout service end user response time. So again, we're pulling in this end user response time, and ironically, just as we were looking at it, it immediately jumped up. It's crazy to think our end user experience right now is over 19 seconds, and we can see that's jumped up 35% just over the last few minutes. So interesting results there for us to see. As we continue along to our dashboards, again, we had highlighted that there are 14 that we ship with. Again, we could simply filter out those through by just typing in APM here. I did want to show one of the vendor specific ones, and we're going to pick on the APM New Relic web applications. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the results that we get there. Again, as we click on that, these are the results that we'll see. It is predefined for 60 minutes to bring back. And what we're looking at here are all of the different account IDs from a New Relic perspective. Those application IDs that we've identified within that system, and the names of those varied services, as well as what language are they reporting, what is the health status. So again, as we look at the first one here, we can see that the AppDeck score is 0.73. So again, below 1. We're also seeing that our end user management AppDeck score is 0.76. So we may want to click on one of these and take a little bit deeper look. Very easy to do that from this interface. Again, you've become accustomed to seeing these AppDeck scores. Again, on the left-hand side, from a application performance perspective. On the right-hand side is from an end user. And down here at the bottom, you can see the average response times, requests per minute, error rates. And again, we've applied some of our predictive analytics here to understand what that predicted or range would be that we would expect to see. So again, very simple example here to see what that looks like. You can see that we were hitting some of that lower part of the range, but again, a lot more detail available to you right there and immediately. And again, lastly, the services, just bringing these back. We've got everything in service templates to have all of that data from all three of these legacy APM vendors brought in, normalized, and optimized for your high performance searches. So again, all of that getting right into the brand new Splunk ITSI content pack for third-party APM, helping to solve your problems today as you look to accelerate your transformation digitally, as well as your migration to the cloud. And how do you do this with speed at scale while delivering quality services to your customers? Thanks again.